worked so hard. You are the rightful heir to the kingdom. Let me give you your crown.
Really?
And we are live, folks. Welcome to the Sit Down Standards Kickstarter Preview. My name's David. I'm joined as always by my favorite board gamer, my wife, Alyssa.
Hello.
And today we're taking a look at the Take That, Press Your Luck dice game, Dice of Crowns, from Thing 12 Games. In this game, the king has died, but everyone is vying for the position to become the rightful heir to the king. But guess what? Like I said, everyone's battling, trying to get it. So you're going to have to be the last person standing and hopefully claim the throne and crown for your own.
But it will not be that easy.
No, it will not. But before we determine if you're going to make it as king, let's talk about what's included in this game. Take it away, Alyssa.
All right. I was waiting for you to hand it over to me.
Sorry.
Yeah. So we'll start with the dice, since it is a die game.
Yeah.
You're going to get 7 specialty dice. You're also going to be getting claim tokens and fate tokens, along with a victory crown.
Which is the most important thing in the game,
Yes.
the victory crown.
If you have the crown, you rule.
Exactly. Now, the 7 dice that are included, they're these custom dice. They've got a couple different symbols on them. One is the crown. This is how you essentially, if you get a certain amount of these crowns, then you're going to get claim tokens.
That's one way. Or you could roll a skull.
Yep, if you roll 5 skulls out of the 7 dice, then you'll also gain a claim token. So there's a couple different ways to essentially win the game. But what you're really trying to do is gain a certain amount of claim tokens before any other player. Like we said, you can roll to try to get crowns, or you can, of course, try to roll to get skulls. The other pips on the dice, there's one that's a dagger. This is usually anything that has a dagger on it. It's not good. And if you roll daggers, if you essentially roll 3 daggers on your turn, that essentially ends your turn. There's also the scrolls, Scrolls of Intrigue, and this is actually really the cool part of the game. If you roll a scroll, then you have to, as the active player, you have to give that dice to one of the other players in the game. They re-roll the dice, and then as essentially what's called a rival of the active player, depending on what they roll, something unique happens. If they roll a crown, they get to keep that crown until all the way until their turn, and they don't re-roll it, they keep it to the side, and then they re-roll the dice that come to them.
Right.
If they roll a dagger, again, daggers are bad, but they get to stick it to anybody else in the game. So, for instance, this is kind of that, if you're in the lead, you're going to get all the daggers. That's just how it goes. And then also, if they roll a scroll or a skull, then it essentially goes back to the active player. So it's very simple to teach this game. It's really just kind of learning what the combination of dice do.
Right.
What's nice is there's a quick game to play, which takes probably about 10-15 minutes to play. And there's also kind of an advanced version, which gives you these the fate tokens, which you can essentially turn in to get one-time abilities. Like you can re-roll one of your own dice, or if you turn in multiple fate tokens, it allows you to re-roll other players' dice or make them essentially change the results of their rolls.
Mean.
Yeah, there's definitely some awesome take that. I really enjoy this game because, one, it comes in this awesome tiny tin.
You love travel.
Yeah, like if you want to ever play a game at lunch, if you have coworkers who aren't board gamers like me, this is a great way to teach them because everyone kind of knows the Yahtzee mechanics of you want to roll dice that are all similar or a combination thereof. But this one gives you kind of that cool. Everyone kind of like, oh, don't go after him, don't go after me. I'm not in the lead. Why are you messing with me? You get a lot of that kind of discussion, but it's fun, it's fast. The dice have this that come with it that we got. Again, it's a prototype, but they have kind of this like lightness to them. It's not. They feel really good when they roll. They I don't know. It's just different.
They're good dice.
They're good dice, and it's just it's very quick. It's very easy. As soon as you get done, this is one of those games where you're like, we got to play again.
You could almost introduce it to anyone because I feel like people see a game with dice. It's just something about that is comforting. Yeah, like I can roll dice.
Exactly.
And so it's.
But there's still decisions to make. So, like for instance, if you have daggers as a rival player, who do you give it to? Do you give it to the player who's rolling right now and maybe end their turn more quickly? Or do you give it to the person who's getting closer to having the certain amount of claim tokens?
Also, how many enemies do you want to make?
Right. That's another thing. When we were playing, you start to create some diplomacy goes on in this game, and then of course you backstab them the second they are friends with you. So a really fun game, really easy to learn. Right now everything's up on Kickstarter, so what we'll do is we'll put a link right here. So if you click this link, that will take you to their Kickstarter page where you can learn more information. Right now, if you pledge $15, that includes actually the shipping cost in the US. That'll get you a copy of the game.
Well worth it.
Yeah, and again, because of how compact and how easy this is to travel with, this is a great game. It's fun to take Again, it's a great lunch game, but it's a good icebreaker. We always talk about games that kind of start the night. This might make you have less friends throughout the rest of the night because of the backstabbing part, but of course, it's all in good fun. So definitely check it out. That's Dice of Crowns from Thing 12 Games. Until next time, bye.
See ya.